I'll be reading from the book, the selections from the Hosea Sacred Wisdom of Ancient Kemet, Melana Koringa, or Melana Koringa. An excerpt from the book of Dialogue with the Soul. It says, I spoke to my soul that I might answer what it is. To whom shall I speak today? Brothers and sisters are evil, and friends today are not worth loving. Hearts are great with greed, and everyone seizes his or her neighbor's goods. Kindness has passed away, and violence is imposed on everyone. To whom shall I speak today? People willingly accept evil, and goodness is cast to the ground everywhere. Those who should enrage people by their wrongdoing make them laugh at their evil deeds. People plunder, and everyone seizes his or her neighbor's goods. To whom shall I speak today? The one doing wrong is an intimate friend, and the brother with whom one used to deal is an enemy. No one remembers the past, none return the good deed that is done. Brothers and sisters are evil, and people turn to strangers for righteousness or affection. To whom shall I speak today? Faces are empty, and all turn their faces from their brothers and sisters. Hearts are great with greed, and there is no heart of a man or a woman upon which one might lean. Nor are just or righteous, and the land is left to the doers of evil. To whom shall I speak today? There are no intimate friends, and the people turn to strangers to tell their troubles. None are content, and those with whom one used to walk no longer exist. I am burdened with grief and have no one to comfort me. There is no end to the wrong which roams the earth. Book from something from the Hosea. I opened up with that particular passage. There is something that deals with truth and that which is untrue. There are many religious texts that deals with truth as they know it. As they come to read it, as they come to understand it, and as they learn to apply it. Truth is there in absolute truth. That which is considered to be the truth. I said truth and true. There is a saying that says you must be tried in order to be true. There is an ancient teachings that I got from, or teachings that I got from the book that I read from Destruction of Black Civilization. He was dealing with a group of people who will go through the chiefs, and that which was discussed and it was accepted as truth, and that was based on the consensus of the people. They consent that this is the truth. For me, truth is the cause that affects or impact the effects of the results of one's reality. I just consolidated it. So, for me, truth is to consolidate. We look at the word consolidate, that which becomes solid, a liquid form, that which becomes solid, or the solid can become liquid. I'm no chemist, and I don't know if it's done to the heat that makes it becomes a liquid form, or if it sets for a certain amount of time, the liquid form can becomes solid. Maybe it has a form of a marksman, or a, what's the one that goes about trying to make a piece of steel to become solid with the liquid, put water on it. Silversmith, I believe is what it's called. Truth. Look at the word consolidate. You got the word co. You got the word con. And you have the word counsel. Something that is very consoling. So, truth should be about consoling. But then again, it's something that must resonate with you. Something that produces something that is to be fulfilling. Something that has particular significance or meaning or importance to you. Truth. That which is true to you may not be true to the next individual, because what he or she has, maybe he or she has not tried it. But even if he or she has tried it, he may not still accepted as being the truth. So that which resonates is something that is to be fulfilled. It is a fulfilling. We're trying to get to a point where that which is fulfilling is when you have a particular importance about someone. We're trying to get to the sum total of being one. That's the truth. Yet, going through this process, it affects the effect and the effects of one's reality. So, truth is, for me, is dealing with the side effects of trying to get or go through this process of becoming one. Let's think about it in a biological sense. The sperm mixed with ovum. The one comes out. Because of the importance of being one with the environment of this plane of existence. That's the truth. Religious texts come and put their understanding on what they consider to be true. So, false is when that which is untrue is when you don't understand this. Some would say that falsehood is when people sell someone short. It's when we take advantage of each other. If we put status above one's humanity. People are grieving today. I'm not saying that they have not always grieved, but they seem to be burdened with grief and have no one to comfort them in their grief. And it seems to roam the earth. There is a religious teaching that deals with people are met with ungratefulness on a daily basis. They complain, met with ungratefulness. Yet when a person is ungrateful, he or she is an impatient person. He or she need to become more patient and become more competent, I should say, competent. And confident in his or her ability to understanding the meaning and the importance of being patient and displaying gratitude for life in the life of the invested soul that is in us all. May we see the importance of each other as an invested community, because the soul is an investment. It's just housed in this body, utilizing the senses to be one with meaning, with importance, and with great significance. Of the sum total of being one. One of 10, one of 5, one of 100, one of many. If we can hear the sounds of the birds chirping in the morning, they are in harmony. They are the sum total of one. Interdependent, coexisting in harmony. In closing, in the dialogue with the soul, I'm going to read it again. Dialogue, not a monologue, which means there is an exchange. I spoke to my soul that I might answer what it said, what the soul said. To whom shall I speak today is the question. Brothers and sisters are evil, and friends today are not worth loving. This is an exchange, a dialogue. Surely we must overcome our grief, knowing that we are worth loving and that we are lovable. Hearts are great with greed. It is says one of the diseases that cannot be cured is greed, and some say that it can be cured. Greed, excessiveness. That which we need to be saved from is being extreme. And everyone sees it. It's like an opportunity. His or her neighbor's goods. Kindness has passed away. So has kindness transitioned from this plane of existence. Being kind to one another. And violence. I've learned that violence is the result of an unresolved status. If you don't know who you are, you're more prone and susceptible to participate in violence. One psychologist says that rage is a precursor toward violence. That means you suffer in silence. You need not to suffer in silence. And violence is imposed on everyone. It is an imposition. You are imposing this on people. You are inducing this attitude as well as a behavior. To whom shall I speak today? People willingly, which means they voluntarily accept evil, and goodness is cast to the ground everywhere. Accept evil and goodness. Why can't it just be goodness? The state, the ness, or the ness, or the ness in which you reside, the condition, the quality of your being, the quality of your soul, both is cast to the ground everywhere. It's everywhere, which means there is no focus. Talking to a sister the other day, and they were walking, and I said, what's going on with you? You are special. And I personally have had interactions with them. But I said, where are you going? She said, I'm just walking. No aim, no purpose, aimlessly. But I said that you are special. I do my best to be honest with myself. I have my personal struggles. I'm trying to go through this process of getting to the sum total of being one. This is what we're trying to get back to our original essence. And it's a struggle. Those who should enrage people by their wrongdoing, why anger someone in that which you were angered by? Make them laugh at their evil deeds. People plunder, and everyone seizes his or her neighbor's goods. Propositioning, taking advantage of the goods that people have to offer. That which is lost is when we take each other's good intentions for granted. To whom shall I speak today? Right here, right now. The one doing wrong is an intimate friend. Intimate. Close connection is a friend, and the brother with whom one used to deal is now an enemy. As humans become enemies to each other, as we become enemies to ourselves. No one remembers, so is the memory. What can you remember? Cognitive skills. No one, not one. That could be a bit extreme, but this is what's going on with the dialogue with the soul. That past, no one remembers the past. No one returned, and none return the good deed that is done. That which is to be reciprocated. I do good deeds, and we do good deeds to each other. Remember when we used to do good deeds to each other and for each other, to help each other? It's not necessarily in monetary. It could be with a smile. It could be with a thought. It could be with a phone call. Helping others to overcome the spell or the curse of grief. Brothers and sisters are evil, and people turn to strangers. Turn to that which is strange. That which is strange to me when humankind use their mental faculties and their physical abilities to put people at odds with one another. That's strange. Anything that is considered to be concealed. For righteousness and affection, they turn to strangers for righteousness or affection. That which is strange to them, making normal the norm, or norm the normal. I don't know, however you want to put it. That which is strange. Well, maybe when some can do things that which is contrary to nature, the natural organic development, if I may use that new language there. Strange. Am I strange, or people are becoming stranger, becoming more strange than ever? We're still trying to learn how to live in this environment without any disruptions nor too many distractions. See, when you put cream in the coffee, it rises automatically. To whom shall I speak today? Faces are empty. Bleak, blanked out. There is nothing on their faces. And all turn their faces from their what? From their brothers and sisters. We turn. We don't want to confront, interact, and deal, and be around each other to help one another overcome their grief, their pain. So what you think the pharmaceutical department is going to do for them? If it works, so be it. Hearts are great with greed. Wherever your treasures is, that where your heart will be also. Heart is the center of the intellect. The grounding. It is better to be humble, to live a simple life, rather than to be arrogant and live a lifestyle of extravagance. extravagance. There is no heart of a man or a woman upon which one might lean. None are just or righteous in the land. It's left to the doers of evil. To whom shall I speak today? There are no intimate friends and people to turn to, strangers to tell their troubles. None are content with themselves, and those with whom one used to walk no longer exist. We used to walk together. Togetherness. Coming together. Being strong together. Being there for one another together. Working through the problems together. Building together. Strengthening each other together. Comforting each other together. Standing up for one another together. I am burdened with grief and have no one to comfort me. Don't be burdened with grief. Overcome the spell or the curse of grief. Take on the responsibility. Respond to your ability to overcome feelings of inadequacy, feelings of alienation, feelings of indifference / differences. Overcoming the burden of discrepancies. Overcome your grievances. Take on the responsibility. Not following those who mislead you because they refuse to take on their responsibility of overcoming whatever it is that's troubling them. Then they place that trouble or burden on you. Your family is important. You is important. Your community is important. And when I mean by a community, I mean those who have come to realize that we all are an invested interest in each other. They will support you. They will be there for you. So comfort me as we comfort each other, as we learn to comfort ourselves. But remember, anytime there is some being uncomfort, there is growth. Yes. The word comfort is a calm fort, a fortress. That you are calm. Heighten your serenity. And dismantle your uneasiness. Heighten your serenity. And dismantle your uneasiness. Internally. Not externally, but internally. There is an end to this grief that roams the earth. Once we come to realize that we have a human responsibility, not putting status above our humanity, that we reciprocate love for one another. Love is the manner and way in which we communicate as a family our humanity. As we go beyond race, we go beyond class, we go beyond gender, we go beyond economics, we go beyond politics, we go beyond religion. And remember, truth is the cause that impacts and affects the results of one's reality. Dealing with the effects of it as we consolidate it, and knowing the importance of the sum total of one. And the source of all conflict, the Eastern teachings, is attachment. In closing, there was a story about a young lady who lost a close family member. She was a young girl, and she was trying to deal with the grief, so she had this doll, held on to this doll, and this doll helped her to process of overcoming her grief. Remember, she held on, she was attached. You know, in relationships, when differences are unable to be reconciled, I'm just using this language, you may physically have no contact or detach yourself, but the emotional attachment is still there. But this young girl held on to this doll as long as she can, until she got comfortable enough and enough, whatever word you want to use. I don't want to misuse the word confidence or whatever. She got enough in her to let that doll go. Because we all have an expiration date. So she finally let the doll go. She was able to move on with her life. She overcame the curse of being burdened with grief. Until next time, seehumanity.org. Common Humanity Mission, promoters of the value of self-worth, communicated with precision, a clear image to the world through 5.5 channels of communication: understanding, tolerance, temperament, confidence, and respect. The mandate is to cultivate the potential of knowledge that is in us all. Always say give to the gift of social literacy. Until next time. Redmond, Molly, Kevin, teachers of teachers, preachers of preacher, give to the gift of social literacy.